In the last 24 to 48 hours, there's been a whole bunch of things happen with Tesla. You know what? It's too much of a hassle for you guys to click on a bunch of different videos. I'm going to put it all into one. Here are the eight most popular news stories, or the 8 most interesting news stories about Tesla over the past day and a half. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Sam Evans. If you're new to the channel, great to have you. If you're not, welcome back, my friends. And also, if you're new, we have done, my son tells me it's now over 3,200 videos. He would know. He knows all this stuff. He's looked at the data. He told me, Dad, look, here's where you can find out how many views your channel has had in its history. And it was a place different to where I normally look. So he knows all this little stuff about YouTube, which is pretty cool. So the first news story, I already made a video about this, which you can check out in detail. If you want to see what happened, is Lucid is trying to use Tesla superchargers, along with other companies such as Cadillac, to sell their EVs to Tesla EV owners. Now, I really think they'd be better off going after BMW buyers, people who are buying expensive BMW sedans, Mercedes sedans, Audi sedans. I think that's probably more their market, going after those gasoline car buyers and telling them, you know what, the range of our cars is actually pretty close to your gasoline powered clunker. There's no transmission to go, and that's a big, okay, Lucid, they make good cars. Lucid, you don't need to scrape the bottom of the barrel by trying to poach Tesla customers, but if you want to do that, good luck. See how it goes. All right, I made a video about this one as well, and you need to see this video. This is probably the most interesting Tesla news, in my opinion, for the last 7 days. Yeah, definitely. But that's just my opinion, because the reason this is so important is that this outlines Tesla's strategy globally. It's just a little tip of the iceberg. The iceberg is all hidden under the water, and I'm trying to explain in this video to you guys what Tesla's strategy is. What are they doing? Why are they installing all these batteries all over the place? Why are they building holes underneath their actual supercharger stations to put in massive batteries? I mean, what's the point of that? Well, yeah, they're becoming one of the biggest energy resellers in the world. And reselling something you didn't have to make in the first place is genius when your margin is enormous. So put it this way, right? Margins on gasoline, they've always been very small. Like gasoline owners will tell you, most of our profits come from selling you drinks, snacks, whatever, right? Not the case when you're selling energy at a supercharger. You can still undercut your competition in the way Tesla is doing it by taking energy from the grid when it's cheap, storing it in batteries, and selling it back to the competition when it's expensive. Tesla's doing the same thing even as well at their factory in Texas. It's genius. I love it because not only that, they have such a cost advantage. They're doing it with their own batteries. They're getting that big margin, the margin that they would make on someone else, they can use that themselves. So they're getting the products cheaper. It's so smart. Moving on, Tesla's Megapack at the Texas factory. Check out my video. I'll put a link in the description to that video. Now, Tesla, first Model Y vehicles in Turkey. So Tesla have just started selling their electric cars in Thailand here. And so have BYD. So I've seen some Teslas getting around. I've seen quite a lot of BYD Atto 3s. Amazing amount of BYD Atto 3s considering they just went on sale recently. But I've seen Teslas getting around as well. I saw a Model Y the other day here. So good to see them. Turkey as well. So Tesla's selling their EVs in a lot of different countries. It's an interesting strategy, actually. Interesting to see them expand all around the globe so quickly. Other news, BYD. What do I mean by BYD? Well, they have a Blade battery. 60 kilowatt hour battery goes into the Atto 3. That's their long range version of the Atto 3. Now Tesla's actually using that battery in the new Model Ys at the Gigafactory in Germany. So we now know the type of battery, the size of battery, the details on what's going on there, the fact that it's actually a structural battery pack as well. It's quite interesting. I'll put a link in the description to my video about that. Tesla announced a groundbreaking ceremony of its Gulf Coast lithium refinery near Corpus Christi. Lithium refinery. This is vertical integration, isn't it? Like going to real first principle stuff right here. Tesla has announced the groundbreaking ceremony for the Gulf Coast lithium refinery at Robstown, which is near Corpus Christi. So this is actually in Texas. And Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who is a bit of a muppet in my opinion, makes some bizarre decisions when it comes to EVs. And anyway, he will be speaking at the event. Other leaders will be there as well, fortunately, so people won't have to just listen to that guy. So Tesla's investment will create around 150 new jobs And being a lithium refiner, this is a really smart idea. Elon Musk has said in the past, he said, guys, if you want to make money, become a lithium refiner. There's so much money to be made. So Tesla's going to cut out the middleman here, basically make their own battery grade lithium, then make their own batteries. It's a brilliant idea. Tesla has also rolled out full self-driving beta 11.4 to Tesla employees. This will begin rolling out to company employees probably today and tomorrow, and wider deployment will follow within the next few weeks. So basically a few different improvements to full self-driving beta, but at the same time, Elon Musk has also said Tesla are going to change their full self-driving strategy. It's going to be changed in a couple of different ways, but the main way they're changing it is in the way that the car drives at the beginning and the end of the journey. But it's quite a significant change, and I think it makes a lot of sense. It's a small pivot, but it makes complete sense. Now, Musk said he has personally test-driven this new 11.4, not the 12 version, which I was talking about. The changes will be made. Pretty drastic changes will probably come with version 12, but the current version, the new update that just came out, 11.4, he said this: it's excellent. Several days of driving to random pin drop locations in Austin. 0 safety critical interventions. So I'm not really sure what car he was driving. I'm going to guess he was driving a new Model S or a new Model X because they're the ones with hardware 4. And they've got 3 extra cameras. Hardware 4, 3 extra cameras. Much, much better, right? It cuts out that blind spot that people know about with Tesla vehicles. Cuts out that blind spot. Much better, much higher resolution cameras. They're 5 megapixel versus the old 1 megapixel cameras. So you can see why it would work a lot better in the new Model X, the new Model Y. But those changes will be coming to the new Model 3 and then to the new Model Y. Tesla is building a crash test lab in Austin, Texas. So, crash test lab. Why are they doing this? Well, they want to improve the safety of their cars, which is actually almost impossible to do right now. Seriously, Model Y, 98 out of 100. It's the best tested SUV, crossover, whatever you want to call them, in history in Europe. Europe's crash testing, China's crash testing, best tested car in history. But there is a car that's actually considered even safer, the Model S. But Model Y, extremely safe car. But Tesla's saying that's not enough, because what will happen is the new regulations will come into force next year for safety, and then those changes will apply to the current cars, and they'll be harder. It'll be harder to score that high. So you will need to improve in order to actually ace those new safety standards. Here's an example, right? The Renault Zoe electric car. It once was a good car in terms of safety. I think it scored 4 out of 5. It's now a 1-star car because Renault haven't updated it and changed its safety systems. 1 star. So you can see how quickly safety changes. One thing that made me laugh at the stupidity of some people on Twitter, that in fact, not just laugh, I felt embarrassed for them. Elon Musk went to the recent Formula 1 race in Miami, and he was seen at the Red Bull tent, or the Red Bull area, and he said, guys, walked up to the guys and he's like, okay, I propose a race. Let's do Formula 1 versus electric Formula 1, or basically electric car versus, the current cars they're using, they're hybrids. They're using in Formula 1, not really hybrids. They're more like a mild hybrid, mild hybrids is what they really are. Let's compare you guys to a fully electric car. Now, obviously, F1 are never going to do this because they'll be embarrassed because, realistically, an electric car is just going to be too quick, too powerful, too fast. And as well as that, you need to somehow even the score, right? That's how Formula 1 works. Then you make all the regulations apply so that it tries to even the playing field for everyone. I don't really like that about it. I think that makes it a bit boring, but that's what they do. Anyway, people on Twitter were saying, Elon, don't you know they already have an electric Formula 1? What are you talking about, you retard? You're a moron, man. You don't even know they have electric F1. He wasn't saying they don't already have, he knows they already have electric Formula 1. He's saying race these guys against the current Formula 1. Compare them against each other. It would be fun. I think that's a great idea to make it way more exciting. You could say, hey, this weekend an EV1, this weekend a hybrid one. I don't think that would happen, but you never know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. One thing that was said recently, which was, I did enjoy reading this because I feel like Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett have targeted Elon Musk a bit unfairly over the past few years. And he's probably disappointed because I think he has a lot of respect for Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, but they've kind of shown a little bit of disrespect towards him. And they actually said a few positive comments. So that was nice to see. I personally always like it when I see smart people praise other smart people. I think it says a lot about their character. I mean, Bill Gates, I think it says a lot about his character when he just says negative things. And people don't really like that. I think when recently Elon Musk, when he said praised Jim Farley and Ford's strategy, that was a smart move. I really had a lot of respect for that. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think about that. Elon Musk is very talented and likes to take on impossible jobs, said Charlie Munger. Elon is brilliant. He dreams about things and his dreams have got a foundation, said Warren Buffett. So when was that said? Well, that was said at the 2023 Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting in Omaha, Nebraska. And Buffett and Munger were actually asked about their previous comments about Elon Musk, which weren't particularly effusive. So one viewer asked what they thought of the CEO of Twitter, SpaceX, and Tesla, probably trying to get a soundbite, trying to see if they'd say something negative. And they did sort of say, well, we have our opinions personally, but publicly, this is what we think. So I'm not too sure what they meant by that. Anyhow, moving on. Tesla asked on social media, on Twitter, what are the things we can do to improve? This is brilliant. More manufacturers, more companies, just more brands should be doing this. The responses were quite interesting. They focused on some things that I was a bit surprised on. I'll have a video on that one, by the way. If you want to know what the responses were, I'll have them all in that video. My friends, let me know if you like this format where I try and summarize all the Tesla news. Let me know if this works for you in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.